demo, we are going to talk about how we can deploy Jenkins on a Docker VM. So we also have the Jenkins available for the Docker. We can pull down the Docker image, the official ones, and we can deploy it just like we are deploying in a container. So we can go to the Docker here, so it will navigate us to the Docker Hub Jenkins page. So Jenkins is the official image which is available, which is being provided by Jenkins. Now we have LTS version available over here also, or if you want to use the weekly version, you can have that also. So LTS is the thing which we deployed in other environments. So here also we will be deploying the same stuff. So what you need to do have over here in this one is a Linux platform where the Docker is installed. So we have got a server where the Docker is installed. So we will be going towards that. So this is a server which we have got over here. Now we have already got the Docker installed over here. So we don't have to do that thing from scratch. So now we wanted to do the deployment. So the very first thing what we need to do is like we need to get this Docker image here. So at this moment of time there is no Docker images which is available. So what we can do is we can run the Docker pull command, and we are going to pull the LTS version here. The long-term support version is what we are trying to pull up here. Now when you do that, it will be pulled down from the Docker Hub. By default, when you do the installation of Docker, it's interconnected with the Docker Hub here, and it's trying to download these Docker images. Once it's done, so we will be able to have our Docker images over here. I mean, the installation and deployment of Docker container is so easy with this one that with just one command you will be able to get it. So we are trying to deploy a particular container over here, and ultimately we are just running the Docker run command, and whatever the Docker image we have pulled down at this moment of time, we are going with that. So Docker run is the command, and -d is for the dash mode, that yes, we want to deploy it into a dash mode here. -f name is the container name, so Jenkins is the container name which we want to bring it up, and -po is the one using which we will be able to publish the 8080 port here. And then you can use like Jenkins :LTS, using which we will be able to get a long-term support Docker image deployed. The moment you do this, what will happen that a Docker container will be up and running, which will be accessible to us here. So in the same way that how you are accessing any Jenkins, so here also you need to get the public IP address here, and you have to access like onto 8080 port here, that yes, we want to get it onto the 8080 port here, so we can hit it over there, and the standard response of Jenkins will be given to you. I mean, the same way that how you want to access or you want to get off the Jenkins, so that's what we wanted to get. We wanted to fetch over here in this case. Again, the Jenkins is something which is coming up because the container is already up and running, and here again it will ask me to get the secret. Now if you really want to get the secret, so all you need to do is like you need to get it from the container itself, because the container is going to have this value. So if you feel like you want to get it, you can do the docker logs command also, and you can fetch it over there. But let's say if I wanted to get the value here, so I'm giving the docker as a command, using which we will be able to get a kind of terminal access inside the Docker container. So docker -it is what we are trying to run, and then we are giving the container name, so Jenkins is the container name, and then eventually we are running a cat command, get the value to output of this particular file here. So this is a file which we have got, and we can pretty much go ahead and copy this one and paste it up. So if it's a proper password, it will be authenticated. Otherwise, it will be simply failed over there in that case. And then go for the suggested plugins. So whatever the plugin you feel like you want to install, you can go with that and say that, okay, this is the suggested plugins which we have got over here. So we can go. Otherwise, if you want to have any specific plugin installed, you can select that plugin also, that yes, this is the plugin which you wanted to add it up or you want to configure here. So it's installing all these plugins. All these plugins are getting installed over here one by one, and once this is done, we will be able to have a full-fledged Jenkins up and running. So after the plugins, it will ask me to set up a user details, and that's the same user detail which we will be providing, that what kind of installation we want to continue here. So some couple of plugin installation is failed on, so you can continue, but later on also we can continue and we can have these plugins installed. So we can just go for the user creation, and we can say save and continue. So with this one, you will be able to set up the configurations and it will be finished here. And then you will be able to have a standard Jenkins dashboard available to you over here. So whatever the plugins is there, so you feel like something is missed out, we can just go to the manage plugin and we can install that also. So this is the way that how guys we can get it deployed inside a Docker container. Docker container will be up and running and we will be able to have the application there. So if like you can pretty much use the other orchestration tool like Docker Swarm and Kubernetes to get it deployed in a different way. So this is how we do the Jenkins on a Docker here. So that's it for this demo guys. Thank you.